Hello everyone and welcome to a new series of podcasts with myself, Liam Carroll, a qualified financial consultant with SYS Wealth and Financial Planners. And the idea behind these podcasts is to provide valuable nuggets of information with some outstanding professionals and adding health to your wealth. And my guest today, I'm delighted to say, is Antoinette Cusack. And Antoinette is an associate partner with Martina Solicitors for the last 5 years, and she's with the firm for the last 10 years. She's a UL graduate and has a science and law degree and lives locally. So, Antoinette, thank you very much for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you.
So, we're going to run through a couple of quick questions with Antoinette. And the first one, Antoinette, personally and professionally, how has this pandemic affected you?
Well, as I said, from a personal perspective, it would be obviously the worry for family and friends that they're all okay through this and that we'll all get, over, please God, together. And on a professional level, again, making sure our staff and our clients are all well and, minding themselves through this so that we can get hopefully back to some normality when it does pass.
Very good, very good. And I suppose the idea behind these podcasts as well is to get some nuggets of information for people that they can take away. So legal nuggets of advice you might have for people that may be useful, be it conveyancing, family law, wills, something, Antoinette, that you think could assist the viewers.
Yeah, well, I suppose what we say to all clients really going through matters legally is it can help if you keep a diary. So in other words, if you write in if there's incidents there in regards to family law, if you're having issues with a neighbour, etc., try and keep a diary so that you have a record of what was going on between it. So when the situation is over, that we can come in and discuss it fully. Obviously, try and stay calm. This thing will pass. A lot of people find it difficult. So we have to give a little bit of more leeway to each other. Yeah, but if people just remember that, we will be able to deal with this once it's over, it kind of gives people a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
Very good. And that's very good advice from a professional point of view. From a personal point of view, some tips you've had that from your working life / personal life that help people get through this pandemic in a sane manner, I suppose, really, Antoinette.
Yeah. Well, easier said than done, I suppose.
Easier said than done, yeah.
I have, a young family as well, so I suppose routine is very important in our house, and as in a lot of houses, to try and keep, just your mental health in good check. So we try and keep the routine of getting up, early-ish in the morning, getting breakfast, doing our activities, and where possible to get out and do a bit of exercise just for a bit of fresh air, and we find that really helps. And I suppose another issue I heard with people talking was pick a job to do a day, whether it's a little bit of gardening, a little bit of painting, a little bit of tidying up, just to give you something to do to help the day pass quicker, which can be good for our mental health as well.
Very good, very good. And you're open for business and you have means of communication. I'll leave you elaborate on that, Antoinette, that you're available.
So we've offices, we've one here in Doyle and one in Castletroy, so they are, I suppose, close to the public under the government guidelines at the moment, but we are very much open in the sense that we are contactable via email and telephone. And if anyone has any query, no matter how big or small they feel, just give us a shout and we will get to you and we'll come back and we'll have a chat. And if necessary, we can arrange face-to-face kind of conferences via Zoom or whatever other media really.
It's proven very popular and being used all the time now, isn't it? The Zoom and how do you find that the Zoom and the meeting rooms in comparison? Does it make much? Is it affecting your business much, or it's different to the face-to-face, obviously, isn't it? But it's very useful at the same time.
For the likes of, I suppose, the wills, it's the huge issue because obviously you have to witness wills. So that has made the Law Society have given us new guidelines on that. So instead of taking the initial instructions face-to-face and obviously executing the will, there's a lot of say drafts going out in posts and phone calls to try and work around it to satisfy the will criteria. Because obviously a lot of people at the moment are very worried about that. There's new people, then there's a lot of new clients stuff who would like to come in to meet you for the first time or just get face to face. So Zoom is great for that. Not as good as face to face. Obviously everyone likes to have a bit of human interaction.
Yeah, it's the way it is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were just saying to me earlier about conveyancing, that there's a lot of conveyancing still going on, isn't there? Even outside of the as in purchasing houses and things like that, still going on even outside of the current pandemic. Isn't that correct?
Well, there's a lot of, we find here that we have a lot that are different stage of contracts. Some might have contracts signed already, so they have to be completed. There might be people who put offers in houses and now find that maybe they don't have their jobs anymore. So obviously that's, the housing there would be gone. But we find that it is still very much tipping away. Now, obviously, I think the auctioneers are trying to come up with ways, I suppose, for houses to be viewed without having to meet face to face. But the conveyancing has definitely been affected in the sense that it's kind of things are put on hold, and the ones that can be progressed are progressed to complete, so people, please God, can move into their houses.
No, that's very good advice. Thank you very much, Antoinette. Now, we said these were going to be short podcasts, so we're sticking to our word, Antoinette. So you're nearly off the hook. Only one more question. The best bit of advice that you ever got?
Well,
I need one for you now.
Yeah, this is kind of a hard one, but I suppose what we work by in our family is kind of it's just a saying, and it's just this paddle your own canoe. So in other words, you know, rely on yourself. If you need something or you want something, you work hard to achieve that and you get it for yourself. Don't expect other people to hand you things. So if you want it bad enough, go after it, get it yourself, and don't rely on others. That's
very relevant in these times anyway, isn't it? And just keep working. Antoinette, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Hugely informative and beneficial. At the end of the podcast, we'll have Antoinette's details up about, as she said, both offices, Dooradoyle and Castletroy. And thank you very much for taking the time. And thank you for taking the time to listen and to watch it. And everybody stay safe. Thanks, Antoinette.
Thanks, Liam. Talk to you. Bye.